Welcome to the presentation of my capstone project. My name is Marie Webb, and I am currently the music teacher at South Salem Elementary School in Covington, Georgia, where I serve students in kindergarten through 5th grades. I also serve as the school's Innovative Leader of Technology. I am a master's candidate for the Instructional Technology program at the Kennesaw State University Bagwell School of Education. The title of my capstone project is Helping Teachers of South Salem Elementary School Integrate Technology. South Salem Elementary School is part of the Newton County School System in Covington, Georgia. The school is in its 9th year, having opened its doors in the 2008-2009 school year. We are a Title I school servicing a population of just over 900 students that is more than 75% minority. The school also services a large population of ESOL students. The staff at South Salem is welcoming of all students and use every opportunity to meet their needs. The title of the capstone project, as mentioned before, is Helping the Teachers of South Salem Elementary Integrate Technology. South Salem Elementary is rich with digital resources for use in every classroom. There are iPad carts designated for each team or grade level. In addition, there are multiple laptop carts that can be checked out for teachers to use and distribute for the full classroom. There is also a computer lab that teachers can reserve for their class. As the 21st century has entered the classroom, the way students learn and teachers teach has changed. This leads to the problem. Some teachers have embraced the changes that technology have brought to the classrooms. They provide regular opportunities for students to use the digital resources. Often, they are used with enriching experiences for the students. However, the resources are also often just used as a substitution for their traditional pencil and paper counterparts. The number of teachers embracing the technology is overshadowed by the teachers who are not moving forward to include the digital tools in their classroom. It's not uncommon to see the computer lab as pictured, empty and unused. The iPad carts and laptops also often go without being used regularly. Technology training has been provided for the teachers of South Salem Elementary by district-level technology coaches. But the trainings are more of an introduction to new software or tools, and there is usually very little follow-up. The capstone project was designed to provide teachers with more effective training in-house so that they will begin using the resources to provide engaging and enriching lessons that will truly integrate our technology resources. The plan for the capstone project was to provide more individualized, sustaining professional learning for the teachers of South Salem Elementary in regards to technology integration. Following each professional learning session, teachers would have access to an optional face-to-face workshop that would reinforce the skills from the professional learning. After meeting with the principal to establish a common goal, the plan was laid out to survey the staff to identify the current reality regarding technology integration in the classroom. Using the data from the survey, 3 professional learning sessions were developed using PowerPoint. The presentations were emailed to the staff so they could be completed at a time that was most convenient for each staff member, as well as allowing each of them to take as much time as needed to successfully complete the task. The layout of the PowerPoint was such that multiple tools were introduced at the start of the presentation that could all accomplish the same task. The participants would then choose the tools they felt most comfortable with using and followed step-by-step instruction to learn how to use the tool of choice. Participants could try all of the tools if they selected. Narration was used throughout the presentation, and participants were encouraged to repeat any steps that they did not understand the first time. By doing this, teachers were able to learn at their own pace. Following each PowerPoint presentation, teachers were asked to complete a post-survey to help gauge the quality and effectiveness of the professional learning session. This was considered in each of the next professional learning sessions. After teachers had an opportunity to complete the professional learning PowerPoint, it was understandable that some may still have questions or need extra support. For this reason, teachers were offered an optional face-to-face workshop where direct instruction was provided based on specific concerns. 2 different evaluation methods were performed in the Capstone project. Both evaluation methods were performed using SurveyMonkey. The first evaluation tool was the pre-survey to evaluate the current reality of technology integration at South Salem Elementary. Like the sample seen in this picture, teachers were given numerous tools and methods for integrating technologies available within the school and were asked to mark their comfort level with integrating that tool or resource. The second opportunity for evaluation was in the form of a post-survey following each professional learning session. The survey was to gauge the participants' comfort with the technology as well as the quality of the professional learning session. The proposed Capstone experience was warmly received by the administration of South Salem Elementary. The administration is very forward-thinking and is eager to move the staff into providing a more technology-rich atmosphere. The original schedule for the training sessions was altered as the Capstone experience was taking place during the testing season and other learning initiatives were already planned to be pushed out. Due to other expectations already placed on the staff, the administration was hesitant to make the trainings mandatory, which resulted in reduced numbers of participation. The professional learning was provided in 3 sessions. The first session was an introduction to the necessity of using digital tools in the classroom and several of the features contained within the district-provided LMS Canvas. The training took into consideration the varying level of digital ability each participant may have by explaining how to maneuver some of the basic functions needed to complete the trainings, like simply logging into the software. Each session covered the choice of, at minimum, 3 digital tools. After a brief overview of each, participants were guided to detailed instructions for their choice of tool. Throughout the session, the need for moving at their own pace and remediation is necessary were encouraged. Following the session, participants were asked to complete a post-survey. In the survey, the participants were asked to provide feedback on the content and training provided, since the goal of the Capstone project was to find a way to provide better technology integration training for the teachers. All of the participants in the first session felt that the training was beneficial, although only 80% felt they were more likely to use the technologies in the future. The effort made to provide an individualized learning experience was rewarded with 100% of the participants finding the ability to stop and remediate helpful. More than half the participants found the style of the training to be more beneficial than previous technology trainings provided by the district. Very few participants felt the need for attendance at the face-to-face workshop, which resulted in the attendance of only 3 staff members, who mainly came looking for reassurance that they had indeed successfully learned the content. All participants agreed that the students would benefit from the content of the training. Session 2 followed the same format as Session 1. The content for the second session was based on not only the pre-survey, but specific requests made by some of the faculty members who had concerns since testing was drawing near. There was a need for helping the students adapt to the new testing format, which included constructed response questions. Due to a few technical issues with faculty and students logging into the LMS during session 1, it was necessary to provide options for creating constructed response assignments, not only within the LMS, but also in standalone options like Google. As in session 1, detailed instructions were provided to meet visual and audio needs. Throughout all sessions, links to the digital resources were provided to simplify navigation. The feedback on the second session training was very similar to that of the first, as is evident from the graphs from the survey. While the number of participants were not overwhelming, those who partook in the training showed benefit. The format of session 3 remained the same, but the content for the training was geared more specifically to the teacher and not to providing learning opportunities for the students. As teachers are overwhelmed with the expectations placed on them, this training was a way to use technology to simplify the assessment process and manage the organization of the data. Rubrics are a part of every teacher's classroom. Using digital resources to make the use of the rubric more interactive makes the process easier to manage. It can become as simple as walking around the room with a tablet and selecting the correct level of achievement without ever having to stop to fill out a paper. Then all the data is saved in one location without more papers piling up. However, there were many teachers who did not know these options were available. The participants of Session 3, again, had similar responses to those of Sessions 1 and 2. The positive reviews of the sessions were obvious. Based on the results of the surveys, the Capstone experience was successful. The participants engaged in meaning professional learning that benefited them and their students. The feature that attributed most to the success was the ability for the teachers to personalize the learning opportunity and work at a pace that most suited their needs. As a technology coach, it is essential to anticipate and provide for the varying levels of ability and background knowledge that will be participating in professional learning. Just as teachers know and adjust for the individual learning needs of their students, so must a technology coach provide for the staff. Not only will this ensure the teachers better acquire the content as their needs are met, but it allows for modeling how they can use the resources to provide the same level of individualized learning for their students. While the experience was successful, the main element of the experience that would benefit from being changed, if ever repeated, would be the fact of the scheduling. Not necessarily the pace it was scheduled at, but at what time of year. Providing the Capstone experience during the spring when testing is going on and there are already other initiatives really hindered the level of participation in this project. By providing these learning opportunities in the fall when teachers are fresh and they are not in the process of testing, they'll be able to participate and spend more time learning the information and start their year off using it. The technology integration sessions used for the Capstone experience have been archived and placed in a location where they can be used in the future for other teachers at South Salem Elementary School.